guys.
Front row right, Austin.
For been through 3 games, Joey's also got just half a sack. But how is he graded out for you guys? Is still having an impact on the game?
And there's a lot of people occupying him right now, and you'd have to ask Coach John. I don't want to give you some information that I don't know. I know he's playing very hard. I think he's graded a champion most of the time. You said he's at what?
He's got half a sack, and one was negated by penalty.
Is that right? I think he's playing his tail off, and it's something I'd ask Coach Johnson, Coach Fickle, exactly what's going on. I watch it, but I don't study it. I know I see a lot of times there's a back end of line is assigned to him.
Does that number that I threw out, does that surprise you at all? I mean,
It does, yeah. I don't really worry about that stuff, but
Far left, Matt.
Just wondering, how does the approach change at all this week? Just starting the Big Ten.
well, it changes big time. It's, I mean, we try to, obviously, the job's to try to win every game we play, but we're all here for a reason. That's compete for championships in November to start right now. So, I mean, does that mean you go out on a Tuesday or Wednesday and practice a little harder? No, I mean, I don't. It's just, you know, it's Big Ten season, so.
Front third row right, Andy.
Coach, I've noticed a lot of different packages offensively that have been coming in and out of the game at certain points. Is this something that you're kind of trying to work on still as far as cohesion is concerned, or is this something we can kind
No,
of
it's just
expect as
the
season goes along?
skill set of Dontre Wilson, of Curtis Samuel, of Braxton Miller. You know, it's just a little bit unique in what they can do and what we want them to do. So that's, and then last week was the best flow we had of that. So it was a little awkward a few times where you know, who's at what position. That's just, like I said, it's a good problem to have. You have very talented players. You're trying to fit them into, fit the ball in their hands a little bit.
Front row middle, Dave.
Coach, there was a report that Jalen Marshall's switching numbers. Is that something he had to earn? He's switching to number 7.
Yeah, that's between him and his position coach. And obviously, Coach Mick has to prove it. The academic people have to prove it. And I guess he wanted it for a while, but you don't get anything unless you do what you're supposed to do all the time. And he's really have some good momentum right now.
I was going to say, how's he played through 3 games?
Really good, and more importantly, how's he taking care of his business on and off the field is outstanding, like we expect. So that's, when you start seeing things like that happen, there's some good stuff going on.
Front row, Tim.
Yeah, Irvin, when you look at their defense, what jumps out at you about them? Obviously, they gave y'all some problems here last year in your own stadium and stuff, but just what jumps out about the way they play?
Well, they've changed their style of defense a little bit. They were 3-4, and a lot of pressures in the first game, and then they're more 4-3 based, like Michigan State, like our defense on the last 3 games. So we're preparing for that, but also we have to be prepared for the other stuff. So very fundamentally sound. First game they gave up a lot of yards. Maybe they did. I think they had Wake Forest. Wake Forest started throwing the ball all over the place at the end on them. They had that game under control.
Yeah. Hey, and the other thing,
Their best players are the defensive line.
yeah. And one of those guys is missing this week. He's been suspended.
Very good player, by the way.
Yeah. Curtis Samuel, does he deserve more touches? I mean, as you look at him,
Yes.
what you see a guy budding? What is it that you see?
I see a guy that's dynamic and a guy that does deserve more touches. Dontre Wilson deserves more touches. Zeke probably needs a few more, and then that kid Braxton Miller deserves a few more. If you guys got ideas, just put them on a note, give them to Jerry. The answer is no, I'm not. I mean, he does.
Yeah.
Back row, Clay.
I recall you being real complimentary of Kevin Wilson after that 2012 game. How tough is it to win at a place like Indiana, and how are they doing?
Well, if I remember back then, I can't remember what the record was, and it wasn't I would anticipate this could be 4-0. It got a lot of juice right now, and I do have a lot of respect for Kevin. How tough is it to win at Indiana? Like for us to go win out there? Is that what you mean?
To be the head coach there and try to consistently.
I don't know that. I was here in 1986 and 87 one of the finest coaches I've ever witnessed, and he's a Buckeye too, Mallory. And they beat the Buckeyes in the home stadium here. I want to say it was 1987. Really good football team. So you can win there, obviously.
Second row right, Kevin.
Coach Meyer, where's the Big Ten at right now as you guys head into conference play? Do you think the conference is having an up year in terms of the best?
Yeah, had a great year. I'm not saying that with any knowledge. I'm saying that because I'm in the Big Ten. Yeah, had a fantastic year. And I have not watched anything.
Second row left, Ari.
Ruben, you talked a lot about, just a minute ago, about wanting to get touches with a lot of different guys. Braxton is somebody who, you know, had a very good game in the opener, and then you guys have done some things with Wildcat. And when you go back and look on film, how do you guys analyze the way things have gone with the Wildcat, and are you still trying to diversify ways to get him the ball in open space?
Still trying, and it's certainly, missed block here, missed block, there, and, how do I evaluate it? We can do better. Obviously, in the first game, I evaluated pretty good. When we did that spin move and took it 60 yards, we did a really good job as coaches. Spin with two guys behind you, spin behind them. And we have not done as well. We haven't had the hits that we need. We gotta block better for him too.
And last questions, front row, Bill.
Yeah, one more about Braxton. Can you kind of assess the state of mind as he's trying to adjust and obviously had the good start, but then has not done a whole lot the last 3 games? How is he adjusting?
Well, that's the receiver positions. It's not quarterback. He's not touching the ball every down. And we're fighting. That's the good thing about this offense. There's ways of doing that. We can do better, and we will do better. But I think he's fine. I'm not panicking, and he's learning the game. He's learning how to be a perimeter blocker for the first time in his life. You can't play receiver here and not be great at it. If you're not great at it, you don't play. Daunte ran into that early in his career here. He just could not go out and block. And then how do you run an offense? By the way, we have 2 receivers that can't block. You got to get rid of those receivers and get guys that are able to block well. So that's the transition he's going through the whole. It takes time, and that's. I think he's ahead of schedule, to be honest with you.
And when you look at, I know you're an offensive coach, but when you look at Indiana's offense, what concerns you the
I
most?
watched them a lot today. I think they have a very good offensive line, and the backs are very good. He's a different runner than the kid last year that was outstanding first rounder. Was he first rounder?
Tevin Coleman.
I thought he was outstanding. This guy's a little different style runner, but he's got a lot of yards. I think he's leading the Big Ten in rushing. Quarterback's very accurate, and they play the numbers game with you. If you load the box with those screens, get the ball out fast. So I love their style offense.
Did y'all look at him at all? Did he make an inquiry, the kid from UAB? You're talking about their running back?
No.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thanks, Dave.